So Sprout Social is a social media management company that large and small enterprises and agencies can use to manage their social footprint across Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, Pinterest, and Google My Business. There were three main challenges that we were having prior to the implementation of Showpad, and they were challenges that both the sales department and marketing departments were facing. For marketing, we were creating a lot of content that our sales reps were asking for. However, we didn't know that once we created it for them and shared it with them, whether or not they were actually using that content. We had no insight in terms of the stats as far as content that was sent, how it was engaged with. On the sales side of things, there was a challenge in terms of understanding what content actually helped them advance deals further into the cycle and actually help move the needle, allow them to close more business. The final challenge being there that they also didn't know what their customers were ultimately engaging with. So there was a big black hole. Once that content was sent over to our customers, our sales reps didn't actually know whether or not they were even looking at it. And so it's entirely possible that this work that they had been putting in was going in vain. So that was probably one of the biggest challenges that each individual rep was facing was, is this case study, is this sell sheet, is this deck actually working? Is it actually bringing value to my conversations with the customer? There are three big solutions and big benefits that Showpad has provided Sprout. And the first is for our marketing department to understand what content is being used by our sales reps. So we're able to go into the back end, look at the analytics, and understand that when someone asks for a new case study in an industry and we deliver it, that it's actually being used at the end of the day. It also has enabled us to understand what pieces of content are what we might call hidden gems and things that customers engage with quite a bit. So we're able to take a look at the average recipient views compared to how frequently it's being opened, compared to how frequently the number of viewers that it's been sent to. And looking at all of those numbers gives us a very good idea as far as what content is most stimulating and engaging with our customers, and therefore something that we should think about replicating with new content moving forward. The last main benefit being for our sales reps, because now they have a lot more insight in terms of how our customers engage with that content that they are receiving. And they can understand what is something that will help them advance a deal further into the cycle and what actually will help them close more business at the end of the day. Showpad has had a pretty immense impact in terms of how we achieve both our marketing and our sales goals. It has given reps a lot more time back in their day where they're no longer having to search, every corner of the organization for the most updated deck or the most updated guide, whatever that asset may be. They get all of that time back for them because they're able to quickly find that content within Showpad and share it in a way that is valuable to our customers at the end of the day. So individual rep productivity has definitely increased. From a marketing side of the house, we're able to put a lot more thought into what content is most valuable for our sales reps and for our customers so that we can ensure that our own time and our own efforts ultimately will move the needle for our business. And that's something that just didn't exist prior to the implementation and rollout of Showpad across our entire sales organization. When we were looking at the rest of the market and trying to decide what tool would make the most sense for our sales reps, one of the biggest things that we were looking at was around ease of use, because we know how often new tools can be rolled out to the sales organization, and if they aren't adopted, then it doesn't really matter. And you're effectively just lighting a pile of money on fire and watching it go to waste. So we put a lot of emphasis on ensuring that this product would be very easy for our sales reps to adopt, and not just out of the gate, but continuing to use it day in and day out, incorporating it as part of their overall routine. So that was definitely where we saw the biggest differentiator with Showpad, was just how easy it was for a sales rep to get in there, learn it quickly, and not face many roadblocks along the way, knowing that that's ultimately going to be the biggest factor in terms of whether or not a tool is going to be adopted.